You know, the prayer point that got Solomon to the throne of grace. I don't mean the throne he was sitting on. I'm talking about the prayer point that got God's attention was something that Solomon considered number one for his life. How important is what you are going to ask God? How important is it to you? How important is it to God's glory? How important is it to God's kingdom? How important is it to Christ? How does it align with the mission of Christ in the world? If you say you're a child of God, you belong to God. Every child must be and should be interested in the Father's estate. True or false? Please answer me there. Every child, shouldn't they be interested in the Father's estate? Unless the Father has kicked them off, take them off the wheel, whatever. How important is what you are going to ask God? Is it to you or to God or to Christ? For Solomon, it was so embedded in his soul that he could recall it in his sleep. He had a burden for it. Do you pray with a burden? What point do you have to pray for? What point do you have for prayer? We're going to be praying tonight. What will you put before God that you know if God answered that one prayer will make a definite change in your circumstance, in your family, in your ministry? Seriously. Begin to think about it. For Solomon, look at it, 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 8 and 9. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people, that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Lord, I have a lot of people to care for. And they come with all kinds of tricks and shapes and height and problems and complexities. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. It must cater, it must intercept with God's kingdom, God's glory, the king's glory.